They're telling me it's time for food, Mom. We're ready. All right, guys. So good morning from Homestead Hopes. This morning, I've invited you into my home. I don't usually do that, but I'm getting more comfortable with YouTube and everything. So I've got my More Than Farmers video going over there. So it's inspired me to show you how I wash and package my eggs. So let's go over here and see how I do that. Okay, so I start by running the sink with cool water, and I've got quite a few eggs here that need cleaned up. So I'm getting them into the cool water, and then I'm going to take a cloth and scrub them. So let me get my cloth right here. And then I'm going to bring them over here to the towel, and I'm going to dry them off a little bit, and then into the cartons they go. So let's do this. Okay, so I've got all my eggs washed up, and I did actually have 2 eggs crack on me. So anytime I have an egg to crack on me, I throw it away. I don't want to feed that to my family, because if you introduce any sort of bacteria into that crack, which can likely happen, it can make your family very sick. So no risk here. We're just going to get rid of them. There's plenty more where that came from out in the chicken coop every day. We're getting about 8 eggs a day. So they're definitely keeping us stocked up with eggs over here. But I'm now going to take these eggs, put them in the carton, and it looks like I might need 3 cartons instead of 2. So let's go ahead and get these packaged up and in the fridge. Okay, so one thing I also wanted to address was when I first started the chicken farming, whatever you want to call it, I decided that I did not want to wash my eggs. I wanted to store unwashed eggs in the fridge and wash them before I used them, because I wasn't for sure of how long we would need to store these in the fridge before using them. And obviously I didn't want them to go bad, because as you know, when you wash an egg, you wash off the bloom, which is the preservation on the outside of the egg. So as soon as you wash that off, you have a limited amount of time to use it. And also, if you don't wash it off, you can store it outside of the refrigerator for up to a month and a half or so. And it's from that bloom that you're able to store it on the counter, not refrigerated, and still use it fresh. What I'm going to do, because we've realized we go through so many eggs anymore, that I'm going to wash these ahead of time, because I have children who are getting into cooking, and I'm not always sure that they're washing the eggs before they use them. And I want to make sure that those eggs are clean and ready to go, so I don't have to worry if my kids are getting all of the bacteria off the outside and keeping themselves from getting sick. So I choose now to wash my eggs and refrigerate them, because we will use them within 2 weeks. And I almost forgot, guys, I actually canned pickles over the weekend, and I wanted to kind of show you those and brag about them. Now, these are garden grown veggies. These are our pickles from the garden. As you can see, they're sliced. These are dill pickles. And these cucumbers grew quickly. I mean, they're starting to have some issues now because of the heat, but they grew quickly, and we were able to can, let's see, we've already eaten 1 jar of pickles, but we were able to can about 8 jars of pickles. And then this one ended up being just a half seat. It's some homegrown jalapenos that we canned as well. Super spicy, super good. Definitely recommend. And all I use to can these pickles is something super easy. Anyone could do it. You want to make sure you have a big pan. I think it's called a canner pan or something like that. You can get it at Walmart or Amazon, wherever you shop. But I use this Mrs. Wages kosher dill pickle mix. So easy to use. All you do is you have 9 to 11 pounds of cucumbers. You'll need 3 1/3 cups of distilled vinegar with 5% acidity, which it will say that on the front of your vinegar. And if you see here, mine says it right there. I got this one at Aldi's, super cheap, less than $5. And then you just need 1 pouch of the Mrs. Wages. And the instructions are all there on the back. Makes it super simple to make your own pickles. Now, mine were turning out just a little mushy. I don't mind that, but we were looking for something more crispy. So I went ahead and got this extra crunch to use as well. And this, you use hardly anything of it to put in your pickle recipe. You get your jars ready. You put your cucumbers in after you slice them however you want them. And then you add your brine mixture, which would be this Mrs. Wages dill pickle mix. And it also comes in bread and butter, spicy dill pickle, so many to choose from. Anyhow, you would add this into the jar, and it's these granules. This container will last forever. I literally only had to use, I think it was 1/3 of a teaspoon on pint jars. And the pint jars are the little small ones, like these. And then I think you use, it might be a half a teaspoon, correction there. And then it might be a full teaspoon on this. I'm not sure. Anyways, this would be a quart jar. It tells you everything on the back. So if you want to make some pickles, you should definitely try Mrs. Wages. Okay, so let's see what we got from the garden today. Very nice. Looks like I brought in some mulch as well. Don't need that. Super, super nice peppers. A nice cucumber, perfect for pickling. It's the right size. And some beautiful yellow squash. All right, so as promised, we need to get outside here before it gets too hot and take care of these chickens, because I know they're ready to eat. They always are. But again, I wanted to show you something nice. Look at my giant rooster my husband bought me for my anniversary. I love it. Go to Tractor Supply. Get one. Yeah, I hear you, girls. I hear you. They're singing to me. They're telling me it's time for food, Mom. We're ready. All right, so these girls are ready to eat. I'm going to go ahead, go over here, get them some food. And collect those eggs. Watch out. Thank you, ma'am. Here. There you go. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Oh, man, you're hungry, hungry girls. My goodness. All right. So I'm going to get in here and collect these eggs. They were working overtime yesterday, that's for sure. But in this summer heat, these chickens, they have a hard time laying so many eggs. So I don't come out at exactly the same times every day to get the eggs. I give them an opportunity to get finished laying. Excuse me, lady. And I get quite a few eggs. But in the summertime, with the heat, it's been usually only about 3 a day. Sometimes 4. But as you can see, they worked very hard yesterday and made quite a few. I could probably fill up another carton of eggs. So, going in with the second scoop. They worked hard. They deserve a nice healthy meal. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Now I'm looking into getting a different feeder or doing something different with this one because they are wasting a lot of food out here. You also want to make sure and kind of clean your water jug out a little bit there. They get it super messy when they're drinking. People spend all kinds of time and money on trying to get their waterers clean and completely spotless for their chickens. Newsflash, they don't like that. They would rather drink out of a mud puddle. They're just a very peculiar creature. They love dirt. My chickens dig holes, so I'm thinking of making them what they call a dust bath. It's basically a pan or a litter box with wood ashes, diatomaceous earth, and a couple other things. And if I do that, I'll make sure and show you guys how I'm going to do it. But that's why they're rolling around in the dirt. They like to clean themselves with dust. They like dirt. It's soothing to their skin. It helps to get rid of any parasites that might be living on them. So I'm going to look into getting one of those put together for these guys. Now today I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break with the garden. It's doing well. We had quite a few mishaps along the way, and it's due to the heat. Not very healthy soil, which we didn't know how healthy our soil was when we started planting everything. But now we know. Now we know what went well and what didn't go well in the garden. So as you can see over there, we took out the corn. The corn was completely dead. It had not produced anything. It was worthless to even try to keep growing it. So we put a tarp down and we planted out watermelon over there. Our watermelon seems to be doing pretty good. Our tomato plants are coming back. They struggled big time. We've got pumpkins we're growing as well. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. And my zucchini completely died, which is fine. I have time to plant more of it if I want to. I don't know that I want to mess with it anymore. It just kind of got me all out of sorts. But my yellow squash did great. Most of it looked like it was completely dead, but it came back. And here's what it looks like now. Just look at that. So nice and pretty. I'm so proud of it. So another one of our failures was our onions. They didn't do well either. But with the proper planning for next year, hopefully our garden will do a little bit better. There's still time for me to replant stuff and just see how it does. I may do that. I don't want to be out here and in the heat and everything. It's just not fun. But I am looking forward to planting my cold crops. Cold crops would be broccoli, lettuce, cabbage, even carrots. I can get another harvest of carrots if I wanted to. So those are some things to think about. There's also some things that I can get in the ground and have them ready by spring, which would be the root vegetables, as far as potatoes, turnips, radishes, garlic, things like that. So I may do that, but for now. So thank you for watching Homestead Hope. Make sure you comment below. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me any of your tips and tricks that you have, because I love, love, love reading through my comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. We're at 61 right now, and we've been sitting there for quite some time. So if y'all could help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. But I will see you next time. Bye.